If nobody can reach that person and kind of have some dialogue because you can't connect, then you're screwed. But what you're saying is that you guys have diversity. You guys have the ability to, okay, so and so can't get through to so and so. Send Shelby over. Shelby's gonna set him straight or whatnot, right? So
it's just like life principles. Like we all gravitate to different types of people, and so if you don't have like a diverse set of people, like there's not going to be someone there for everybody. And like I believe there should be someone for everybody. It doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to be this other person. Like as long as they have someone that they can trust or confide in or can be like a sounding board for them, I think that's super important. And you're only going to get that if you actually prioritize diversity, because at the end of the day, it's hard too, because we preach all these things of diversity and things like that, but like when we have a job or when people are hitting me up on LinkedIn or people are reaching out to me to have like informational coffees or whatever, 80% of them are guys. Like since I've been on the basketball side, when it was the business side, it was more evenly weighted, but when it comes to like the basketball side, it's mostly guys that reach out to me. So somewhere in this transition, there's a reason why women aren't even like seeking opportunity in this area as much as men. You know what I mean? And I think that's just comes from like a long standing, when you're younger or when you're in high school or even in college, like there's nobody that looks like you in the positions that you want, right? So there's no women. At one time, there was no female coaches whatsoever. There was no female that was visible, a visible voice from the organization. And now, like, the tides are shifting, and now almost every game, you can look at the bench of an NBA team and see a female coach. You can watch a piece or a story, and they're doing a story on, Teresa, who's our VP of basketball operations, or me, or someone in the medical department. Like now, depending on your area of interest as a female, you can probably find someone that looks like you in the positions that you want. And so that makes a big difference. So if you're like,
huge,
no offense, if you're like a white male, you've been looking at people that look like you in those positions for forever, so you can envision yourself being one of those people. So I think that'll take time for that balance to come of young girls like wanting to be on this side because they'll start to see themselves, and I think that's important. And you look at it across any type of any type of minorities, from gender to race to sexual orientation to all of those things. Like representation is important. Like you have to see people who look like you or who are like you in the media, in
on TV,
in books, on TV, in movies, in the jobs that you want. Like representation and being able to see yourself is really, really, really important.
That's crazy, because remember we talked to Chico and he said exactly that's part of why he used to see all the gangsters in the movies, and it kind of molded him when he was younger in terms of decisions he made.
Thanks for tuning in to TOTFC podcast. If you liked it and you want to hear more, please share it with a friend, a family member, a teammate, or anybody. Like the video, consider subscribing to TOTFC podcast.